Yeah, once again from the great minds of NahmTalmBout, talking about flag. Offseason series keeps rolling on, and this week we talking about the refs, the calls you hate, the ones you beg for, and everything in between. We talking about the pressure, respect, rule knowledge, and what it's really like reffing grown folks on Sundays. Let's get to it though. NahmTalmBout. How long you been reffing, and what formats do you usually do?
I've been reffing since the summer of 2021.
I've been reffing since spring of 2025. That was my first time reffing.
Uh, I'd say I've been reffing probably since I want to say 2010.
Um, I've been reffing for going on a year, and I've typically only done 8 man and 5 man. I've done 7 man here and there, but typically it's only really five and eights.
Format. So I've never done any small ball. I've only ever been assigned to seven co-ed and eight man. So yeah, it's just been those so far.
You only did eights?
Only did eights,
Okay,
men's and co-ed.
okay. Toughest format to ref?
Crybaby ass people. Uh,
That's across all formats, I guess.
nah, well, because like I still do tackle, but so tackle is hard because you got so many people to look out for. But as far as flag wise, I would say fives is the hardest because you have five contact is just as close to tackle as you can get, but with the blocking downfield, it gives you,
Hmm.
it's a little harder to see like flag guard and hold in and stuff like that. But again, you still only have two refs in fives most of the time. So that's what you end up with blind spots.
Unless they need me to ref, sevens or eights, I mainly do fours, fives, and sixes.
Okay.
Right. So refing, I'm always interested in different jobs, right? So, um, I talked to a couple of refs about what they do and how they got into it. Talked to Carlton, talked to Rodney. They let me know. And then I called the commissioner to kind of figure out, what's the process and how much they pay and everything. So, and then once I figured out how much they was paying and everything, I was like, you know what? Let me give it a shot. Why not, right? If I don't like it, I don't like it, and I just stopped doing it. So, and I give it a shot, and I enjoyed it for a while,
Mhm.
but that thing will burn you out quick, quick.
Okay. Which position complains the most? Quarterbacks, rushers, receivers, DBs, coach, sideline?
Sideline's a good one.
I said
Definitely the
all, but
sideline.
I always throw sideline on the end. I need to stop doing that, man. Like,
I always had the most problems with, receivers are divas. You already know. That's why that smile started creeping out because you already know where I was going with that.
Um, I would say QB kind of complains the most on the team. Naturally, though, because they do control a lot of the offense and all of that. So, um, and most times, I think the QBs usually are like the captains of the team. So, there's like a correlation of captains. Of course, they care a lot more about the outcome of the game and stuff. So,
The receivers, they some crybabies. I had one guy. I told one guy to back up. He won't tell me. Nah, I'm good. What? What? I said, yo, and that got a whole thing. Luckily, he backed up before the snap
oh,
count.
word.
But yeah, I'm like, yo, I'm about to flag this ball, man. Like, yo, it's about to stop before it even start. You see what I'm saying?
That's hilarious.
Probably quarterback, but also, the quarterback has so much more to deal with. They got to worry about the rusher, they got to worry about getting hit, hitting his arm, and then the quarterback can see that this receiver's getting held
Mm.
because he's looking there, but as a head ref, I'm looking at the quarterback. He's like, he's on my receiver. You got to talk to him over there because I'm making sure you don't get fucked up. Shit, Tay's yelled at me about that quite a few times. I'm, I'm like, all right. They start hitting your ass, then do it. No, 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 no. You make sure I don't get hit. All right.
To be honest with you, it depends on the level of flag. And I say that because at the pro level, in my opinion, it's the rusher. And because the rusher is complaining about impedes almost every other play. And if it is a very good rusher, i.e. a Devin Turner, a Michael Better, both of them have represented Team USA over the last 3 years. They're in the backfield within a blink. And so 97% of the time, their hands are on a flag when the quarterback is in his throwing motion. So a flag pull more than likely is happening from them, and the referee is has to be on point with the judgment right there because a rule that a lot of people don't know is arm in motion is not a thing. If the ball is still, if I'm here and the ball is still in my hand while I'm finishing my arm in motion, if that flag is pulled and my hand is here and the ball is still here, it's a sack. But a lot of people go, no, his arm is moving forward. It doesn't matter. And so the complaints are there a lot because they feel like they got the sack. And rightfully so. They might have
Yeah.
when you slow down the video. We can't slow down our brains. We can't slow down the process of being able to do that kind of stuff. So I'd go first rusher, and then probably second is receiver because more often than not, they probably are getting held downfield. They probably are. It's just a matter of, is it a two-man crew? Is it a three-man crew? Is it a four-man crew? And I say that because in the two-man crew, now you got one person responsible for the backfield and one person responsible for downfield. And one person in the small ball format has to watch 3 to 5 people. Or I'm sorry, 3 to 5 offensive people, which means they have to watch 6 to 10 defensive people. Or 6 to 10 people in total on the field, excuse me. You're not going to see all that. Not at all. In a four-man crew, you're more than likely to see it. But in a three-man crew, you're probably still going to miss it. So I'd go rusher and then I'd go receiver for sure.
It's funny when you were saying that, I was thinking like bang bang play, it sounds good, but they're probably difficult as hell for you to ref. Like I'm
It's
thinking
it's
about the whole throwing thing. I'm thinking about the pitch, whether the flag comes out when the pitch before the pitch. I was like, yeah, it's probably a bit. I guess like you said, it goes back to judgment because there's really no right or wrong.
for sure.
Judgment.
And it definitely goes back to judgment. There was a call, I've yet to see it. So I was on CBS Sports this weekend. They were doing a broadcast and it's to be streamed at a later date. I don't know the exact date. And this is a referee, very rarely will a referee tell you that he messed up. And I'm telling you now that I messed up. My responsibility was to be the referee on the field. I was on the goal line and my other referee was coming towards the goal line. When he's starting to move towards the goal line, I need to go to the back line, right? I had a play that ended up on the back line. He toe tapped it. I'm calling him out from the goal line. I'm pissed at myself the rest of the game because I know I'm better than that, and I know mechanically I needed to be on the back line. He wasn't mad about it at all. Actually, it's funny. It was Team Afghanistan, and it was Ray coaching. And so Ray wasn't pissed about it at all. But they ended up still scoring on the drive. But one of my colleagues, they said that CBS slowed it down
Wow.
and the right foot was in before the left hit the back line. Now, like I told you earlier, I can't slow down my brain. I can't see that play in slow motion.
Saw what I saw, I think.
And I saw what I saw. Now, if we're in the right position, that bang bang call can go either way. But you have more of a right to yell at me as a referee if you know what position where I'm supposed to be, and if I'm there, you have less of a right to yell at me because I'm where I need to be to make the call. If I'm not where I'm supposed to be, I expect you, like I expect you, Mo, to come chew me out because you expect better of me and I expect better of me. And so you know where I'm supposed to be. So for that aspect, that goes back to the judgment call of, I can't ref in slow motion.
Mm-hmm.
But they slowed it down and it looked like that, the toe tap, the right came down before the left.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, bro, I can't slow it down as slow as y'all just did it. So I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see if, that colleague was just messing with me, or if that really was the call.
What was the hardest part about refereeing that players don't really understand?
That you're not gonna see everything.
I think some of the calls is actually kind of hard to see unless you're specifically looking for them. For example, like flag guarding, unless you're really concentrating and keying in on those, it's hard to look for that. And downfield blocking, something like that. So I might get one of them, hard to get both of them sometimes. So I would say that.
Like there's gonna be things. Oh damn, I missed that. It's gonna happen. So like, especially in fives, they're like, ref, I'm getting hell. You want me to watch you or watch your quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
Because if I look at you, your quarterback getting fucked up, and then you're gonna be mad at me. And I'm like, look, I was like, I watched the quarterback. Well, at least if I'm at the line of scrimmage position, I look at the quarterback. Once the ball's released, then I turn. So
Okay.
if I got three refs on a five field, then it's different.
Mm-hmm.
So like understanding that everybody has a zone,
Mm-hmm.
like, and then as like, excuse me, like everybody has a zone, but at the same time, it's not for fives. It's not uncommon for somebody to throw a flag in your zone because they just might have the better angle.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
People don't understand perspective, right? So what you see from the angle you see and what I see from the angle I see can be two totally different things. And they don't really get that. And then not only that, we're seeing it from a distance,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like y'all right up on the play, we're on the sidelines and trying to get the best view possible, right? And things happen so quick. You gotta understand, guys are moving quick, and you got to pick up on everything you're looking at. You can be looking at feet sometimes. You got to look at hands. You got to look at the flagpole. Like it's a lot all at once. And I think it looks easy, but
Mm-hmm.
until you start doing it, it's a lot harder than people think it is.
Okay.
To me, it's the understanding of rules versus judgment. Um, that's a big thing because a lot of the times players don't read the rule book to be able to understand it. They go based on judgment. A lot of the times, our judgment is in uh the decision making, especially with a rule. Like, do we determine that they flag guarded, or when they put their hand down, was the flag guard attempt or was the flag pull attempt already made before they dropped their hand to dip, and
Mm-hmm.
so on and so forth. So a lot of judgment goes in with the rule interpretations. Um, so that would be the hardest thing. And then another thing, at least for me, is I have a lot of friends that are on the flag circuit. Just because I'm a guy who likes to talk. I'm a personable guy, I got a lot of friendships here from my time as a player and everything as well. Um, a lot of the times people think because we're friends, you're gonna get the benefit of the doubt and stuff like that. And for me personally, at the end of the day, now I have a job to do. And you're not signing my check, you're not giving me the opportunities to excel, or to go to these new tournaments and so on and so forth. So love you guys, mean it, but I have a job to do now. So to me, a close call will not go in your favor just because we're friends. It goes based on my judgment, and so that's why I say it's the rule versus judgment aspect.
Okay. Okay. Hardest part about being a player ref.
Mm, not trying not to ref while I play,
What you mean?
because like trying
About
to
you.
like over like pretty much trying to correct the ref while I'm playing.
Okay. Respect. Because you would not
Like
like it done to you.
the, that's it. Yeah, because y'all get mad at me. I'm like, that's a flag guard. And, And then like right after I say it, the flag will come out. And I'm like, you can't let him call that. I just said it before his hand could move.
I didn't even think about it like that. That's yeah. It's an involuntary action to say that, and then it actually happens. Like, no, nigga, you just listen to him. Like, bro, I would have said that if I was on the sideline. It wasn't my game. It just me seeing what happens. Okay, so that makes a lot of
it,
sense. Right?
it happens in all formats.
Mhm.
They're like, you can't let him call that. I'm like, his mouth moved faster than my hands. Like, what do you?
What's one call that's constantly misunderstood? Like players swear they know the rule, but they don't.
I would say probably in 5 man, roughing the passer or impeding the rusher. The center always thinks they're out of the way, or they're clear, but that rusher still has that pathway to the right or left. So if they're declared to the left and the center runs into them and they're like, oh no, I moved, but you really didn't move. You ran right into them. So I think that's really, in my opinion, I think that's the one rule in 5 man that a lot of people are misunderstood. It is impeding the rusher.
You know what the crazy thing, I was thinking about something like this the other day, and it's the crazy thing is backward pass, right? It's not that they misunderstand it, they misunderstand the momentum of the ball while they're moving so quickly. And the pass from where you release it at to where the next person catch it needs to be even or backwards. But people think just because they pass it backwards and they continue moving forward, that the ball momentum ain't still going forward because of them. So it's I think that gets tricky.
Me
So
laughing
and
was
people
the
don't have.
real. Me laughing was the realization of that's exactly what happens. Though. You throw it back like I threw it back. It's like, bro, the nigga quit at 5 yards from where y'all started at, though, dog. It's like,
Yes, exactly. So it's a backward pass. It's a lot more difficult than people give it credit when you're moving full speed.
okay. Now that Flag has cameras everywhere, do you think it
Yeah.
made the culture better or worse?
I think it's double edged.
I'm indifferent. And, a lot of people don't like the indifferent answer, but I like both aspects of it because it allows for, people to see more of the sport, especially when stuff is getting posted more, so on and so forth. You're able to see the highlights, you're able to see the highs, but you're also able to see the lows. And so, you'll see it on camera at some point. Injured Reserve was playing, I think it was a 4 man championship against Ronin. Ronin's a team from California. Injured Reserve's a team from Miami. Um, and there was a sack that was called, but that ball was about a second and a half to 2 seconds gone before the flag
Mm,
was pulled. Bro, it's a championship game.
mm.
10:45 at night. There's probably 30 cameras of people recording. Man, did you see those videos within 5 minutes? I saw 4 different videos on the drive back to the hotel. Like it's everywhere. And so that's the part that sucks for us as referees is it's so easy to see that kind of stuff and then to bash us. But the problem is that one play doesn't define what happened the rest of the game. And so yes, it might have been the absolute wrong call. It was the wrong call. Um, but we as referees don't get to see we don't get the praise for the right call earlier in the game. We only get harassed for the wrong call.
So like it's better because it's getting more exposure, but then it gets worse because people try to show off for the camera.
Mm. Okay. What about from your ref perspective?
Um, um, Again, double edged because as a ref, people are like, oh, I got it on camera. So what? I can't look at it. I'm like, after the game's over, halftime, show it to me.
Yeah.
I look at it then, and I'm like, oh, I missed it. I'm sorry. I was wrong. Like, and I tell anybody, I'm like, look, if I make a mistake, I'm man enough to admit it. I'm like, and I apologize, but look, I messed up. I can't do anything about it now.
Mm.
But also like with the cameras out there is like it helps us. Like if we go back and look, like okay, I could have moved a little bit to the left, it give me a better angle.
Okay.
But as far as growing the game, the amount of cameras is fantastic. You're going to see Noah Bickley, kid from Texas, probably the easiest and fastest growing receiver in the league. He's like 21 or 22 years old. Kid is making insane one-handed catches, routing people up. Like the kid is crazy.
Where's he
Uh,
from?
Texas.
Okay.
Texas. If you look him up, he's Clocks Running just did a Clocks Running is a podcast that's probably the best flag podcast in the country. It's my buddy Ant runs it. He's a former referee. He was a referee with me in Intercontinentals down in 2023 in Charlotte. He's taken this thing off to a whole new level. Helps really with rules and stuff like that, but also, takes this thing to a whole new level. This year, he didn't even ref at all. He was strictly media. He was recording games. He does a top 25 for teams.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter the format. Does player top fives. He had Noah Bickley listed as his number one young bull. That's on the rise and stuff like that. So if you guys get a chance, check out Clock Starting Podcast. Very good podcast. Second to No, I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? But it's definitely good for the game to have all these cameras, but from the job aspect, it sucks because you get blasted for it.
Hey, subscribe real quick. This is where all the convos happen. Flag talk, tournament and league recaps, 4 for 10s, cousin talking business. We talking about rap and more. All right here. Now TalmBout. Now back to the convo. What's the line between competitive trash talk and toxic energy?
I think competitive trash talk is more like hyping yourself or the team up for like a very, very good play that had just happened, right? Like the climax of something, because like game-winning drives are really, really exciting for everybody. I would say it starts becoming toxic if like people start egging each other on, making it like, oh, I'm better than you or something like that. I think that's when it starts getting like a little hairy.
I'd say the generations because they calling people they call you bitch ass nigga. Shut up, pussy. Example, David. Like for us, and I've told people, I'm like, look, that was like for us. I was like, that's grounds to fight. Like you you can't call a grown man a bitch. Can't call him a pussy. You damn sure ain't invite him to the hot dog stand.
And according to Uzi, Claude or Ray, you can't call him soft, nigga. So it's like it's so many. It's just to me. I mean, not to be answering the question, but I think it's like, are you talking about my game or are you talking about me? I think that's where it kind of blurs at.
Oh yeah, like I said, and I tell people, I was like, look, you can talk about me all you want. You don't disrespect my kids. You don't disrespect my lady, and you don't threaten me. We good.
Yeah, you talk about my game. Don't talk about me as a person. Don't call me trash. Don't call me a bad individual. Like don't attack my character, nigga. Like
Yeah, I'm like, but I don't talk trash.
mm-hmm.
I might say a little something here and there, but for me, it's all jokes.
Yeah, me too. You know it's all jokes for me.
Yeah. Hey, you got me. Fuck you. I hope you trip and fall, bitch.
What's something refs actually want from players that will make everything a lot smoother?
Honestly, I think if players didn't argue with refs, that and if players didn't argue in general, I think that would honestly make the game run smoother. Yes, refs may miss a call, here and there, and players may jump off sides and they want the ref to call it. But, if it's something that's not blatant or it's something that, isn't harming you, just move on, man. It's Sundays, Monday through Saturdays, really, Monday through Sundays, really, because besides Friday, I don't think there's a league. But Monday through Thursday, and then Saturday and Sunday. I mean, this is a time for you to kick back. This is a stress reliever for some people. I mean, we're not getting paid. This isn't NFL. So I really think that if you came out with an mindset of, I'm just out here to have fun, yes, there's a competitive nature, but at the end of the day, the end goal is to have fun with your friends, your family or whatever you're playing with. So I think if we just stopped the arguing and, constant trying to argue, I think that would definitely help make the things run smoother.
I haven't really had any issues with players. But if I were to answer this question from a player perspective to the ref, mm, I would just say making sure all the refs are on the same page with the rules because, like especially when you go out to travel, there's a bunch of different formats. So um of course, refs are going to kind of blend some rules on accident, of course. And I think just checking in with the ref, making sure, like at the beginning of the game, like at coin toss or something, just making sure the refs are on the same page about the rules as you are as the player. Because honestly, I don't care how we play as long as it's consistent, like we're not in the middle of the game, like, oh, shoot, what's the rule?
What is something that we want or something that we want that we'll never get?
Yeah, I mean, that's life.
Because
Yeah.
because what we want that we'll never get is the respect. And there are very few, and I say this from a very humble aspect. There are very, very few people that will give the respect in the moment. And so, and I don't know if that is just from the adrenaline aspect. I don't know if that is from the competitiveness that, the game might have been, or so on and so forth. But just like you guys are playing for, two, three, four formats, some more. Um, Most of us referees are out on the field from 8 a.m. because we have 8 a.m. meetings every day. Games start at 9, and a lot of us are out there till 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Two breaks. You get a lunch break, dinner break, and then there's probably a built-in break or two somewhere in there. So we're on our feet refing these games for every bit of 12 to 14 hours a day. You got to think a lot of the times we will mess up because it's not like a lot of a lot of people compare it to the pros, but the pros even miss stuff. But the pros also have six other referees on the field. So there's 7-man crew. They also have the booth,
I was just thinking about that when you was talking
where you
about
can
the
go
fact that the
slow it
camera
down.
comes out.
Yeah.
Y'all don't have Secaucus, my guy.
No.
Like,
So exactly. To where you can go and get it right in that
yeah.
aspect. We don't have that. We have one shot to get it right or to get it wrong. They also are reffing one style. We're going in there reffing multiple styles a day. So you got to think we might have just gone from 5 non-contact, which you can do as many throwbacks, as many pitches downfield, so on and so forth as you want to then air it out where you can only go from A to B, only go from quarterback to receiver. That's it. To then air it out co-ed where now the rusher can only play the ball past the line of scrimmage. And if it's an interception, the quarterback can't play the ball at all. Like you're trying to referee all these different formats, with all these rule twists and so on and so forth, that I don't think a lot of players really understand it. I refed 89 games this weekend. 89 games. Round that up to 90, that equivalates to 45 hours of refing.
What's something refs actually want from players that will make everything smoother?
Quit crying. No, just I mean, obviously, I guess you gotta argue for your team, but understanding that we're human and mistakes will be made. So, but also like all of us who play sports growing up, remember your coach said, "Don't leave it in the ref's hands."
Yeah,
You leave it in the ref's hands, you're generally going to end up getting screwed.
I like that. I like that. And coming from a ref, I like that. Last question: do refs feel like part of the community or more like outsiders getting tolerated?
I felt like I was more part of the flag community.
I feel like this can be a two answer. It's a yes and a no.
I knew everybody. So at the end of the day, we all trying to do the same thing. We all just want a good game, right? We all just want to we all just want to be able to play and play with inside the rules, right?
I would say a mix of both, but these days I think I'm seeing more of they're part of the community, especially because like a lot of the players they see these refs as people, like and friends because you see the same refs come out every time mostly. And so you become personable with them, crack jokes here and there on the sidelines. And I think at the end of the day, refs are just they're just there for the love of the game too. So yeah, I think they're more becoming part of the community.
Yes, they feel like it, and no, they feel like they're just there to stand there. You have your refs that have been doing FXA or just been refing for a long period of time, and yes, players can adapt to them. They get used to how they do calls, and then they become buddy buddy. Or you've been seeing them on the field constantly, and you're like, you know what, let me go say what's up to blah blah blah. In the middle of the game. And then they'll talk to you, but there may be some refs that are brand new, and you don't like the call that they make, and you jump down their back, you jump down their throat, and that can be intimidating to some refs. Being like, oh man, I just made a bad call or whatever. I'm gonna just step back, or I'm not gonna say anything, and that can push some refs away to be more agitated when they come out and ref, especially if they know. They messed up, or they made one bad call, and that's all people think of them is, oh, they made this call, each time they make a call, I'm gonna say something. So I do feel like, yes, some refs are favored than some. Not going to go more in depth, but yes, I do think some players don't tolerate some refs, and some players tolerate some refs. So yes, that's a two-way answer, because like me, I was a new ref at one point, and I made some bad calls. Players were, oh, what is this, blah 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 blah, jumping down my back. But then as a player who plays in the league, there were some games where some players would, oh, what's up, man, what's up, and they'll have a conversation with you, and then you just have those players who are cool with you and like that, and then you have some players who don't even like any refs. So yes, it depends on the ref situation, who's refing your game, and then how long you honestly been playing in FXA or around the flag situation, to where you can know these refs.
I just ask, and it's a hard ask, but the respect will hopefully grow for the referees. And I know it's hard. A lot of the international refs, 20, I think it was 21 or 26 different countries were represented by international referees this year. 28 states had referees. Um, so having the different levels of refereeing, having the different interpretations, you know, you can coach us as referees just like you can coach each other as players. Have that conversation with them, because again, you don't know if we just got cussed out by the last team and now we're getting cussed out by y'all. But it goes a long way for you to be like, hey, ref, like, and just have a cordial conversation. And more than likely, you're gonna get the energy that you get matched with. Like, you're gonna get matched energy. If you're coming up yelling at me and stuff like that, I'm probably gonna tell you to shut up, and you're probably not gonna have a conversation with me the rest of the game. So you seen me ref 5 man. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care if me and you were buddy buddy yesterday and now I got to ref your game. Because at the end of the day, that's who's signing my check. Like, I'm working. But if you come up to me and was like, "Hey TJ, like, what'd you see on this?" I'm gonna tell you exactly what I saw. Um, not a to counter that, there's a time and a place for a conversation. They're in the middle of the play. It's probably not the time and place for a conversation. So I tell people, come see me at halftime. I'll even give you a longer halftime if you need an explanation on something. Come talk to me after the game. Like, I'll start my next game late so you can get an answer that you might not like, but understand. That way, if you're on my field again, A, this is what I'm looking at, B, this is my understanding of it. And so I just wish that the respect would be there more for the referees. I know it's not gonna get there, but there's gonna be somebody that comes in on your field that day that makes that difference, that gives you that respect, that might boost your energy for the rest of
Mm.
the day. So because again, I could have got cussed out by TDR for 4 straight games. But then, you know, injured reserve comes in. It's like, yo, TJ, what's up, man? You good? Like the level of respect goes a long way. And that's just from me to all my referees. Like we all find that respect goes a long way.
So I always felt like I was just a part of everything. You see what I'm saying? Um, I messed with everybody, I picked with everybody. So I felt like I was a part of it. But I guess it all depends on the perspective of each rep, right? And what it means to them. Some people there just for a paycheck. So they there to get their money and get out. I was there to if you saw me on the sideline, I'm hustling, right? I'm trying to make the best call possible. So yeah, I felt like I was part of the flag community.
What's the best game you ever ref? Like everything was intense, but the vibes were right.
Wow. Um, my favorite game that I ever refed was China versus Japan U15 bronze medal game.
Okay.
That was fun to ref. The best game I ever refed, to be perfectly honest with you, was this past Tampa, probably like, what was it, 8 days ago? It was TDR from Florida and it was Shrooms from Texas. It was 5 non-contact pro.
Mm.
And the athletes that were on the field, man, we had one, two, three, four, I think it was 5 Team USA athletes that were on both teams combined. Um, the level of knowledge that are with these players, the game speed. I think it was like a 3 or 4 point win for TDR. TDR has the best quarterback in America, and he's not on Team USA. He doesn't even go to trials. His name is Bagway Mark. He's the best quarterback in flag football. He was there. Velt, one of the centers and drops for Team USA. TD was the receiver. You know, J Day, the best corner in America.
Mm.
He was. It was a very, very good, very clean, um, best game that I've probably ever refed, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, I like that. I appreciate your time as always.
Thank you so much. This was fun.
Yeah.
So, great questions. These were some great questions.
Well, yeah, man. Like I said, as always, man, I appreciate your time, bro.
No, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much.
Shout out to the refs, man. Love 'em or hate them, we ain't got a game without them. Appreciate everybody who pulled up, shared their side to help us understand what really goes on behind the whistle. All-season series still rolling. More convos on deck. Appreciate the support as always. Till next time. NahmTalmBout.
The thing is, and I will say there are some people who give the respect and the flowers. Like, hey, I know it's hard. You did a great job, so on and so forth. Do you need a water? Do you need a snack? Do you need anything like that? But there are those people who, will just chew you out and then walk off, like it's nothing. So I say it in a way, the players, if there were no players, we would not ref. But if there were no refs, there would be no players.
Hey, when you gonna get me some gear? I mean, I mean, you
Talk to
gotta.
me. What you need, man? Size the color. Let me know something. Hold up 1 second. If you're rocking with what we're building over here, you can wear it too. Now I'm talking about merch out now. Tees, shooting shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts. Just a way to say you know what we're talking about. Now I'm talking about. Link in the bio. Support what supports the convo. And let's get back to it.
I like the one you had on. That was
Black
pretty.
and
That was
gold?
pretty. Go ahead and get that extra large. Let me know what the cost. I'll go ahead and
I got
buy
you.
a couple.
Bet that. I got you. If you've been rocking with the All-Season Series, we appreciate you. We've already talked to GMs, OGs, and girls coaches. Still got 2 more convos coming your way, plus more. As always, more. Now I'm talking about. And we out this bitch. Remember.